All right. Good. Good. We're good on that?
Yeah, we good. Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Daniel Langston Evans coming to you live um, from inside the den. Let's talk. Got a couple of things on my mind this morning, and I just really wanted to just give y'all some of my morning thoughts. Like I say, this whole live show is based off inside the den and what's going on inside the den, and probably about 10, 11 years ago, I started working on a book. Um, and the name of the book is Inside the Mind of D Nice. D Nice is a childhood nickname that I had. Um, and it was kind of like an alter ego type, where Daniel Evans is kind of, one way on the surface. But when it comes down to uh, the the DNA of people. You always want to say, okay, I wonder what this person was thinking about when they created this thing or this song or this anything. And most people try to get inside the mind of genius, try to get inside the mind of a person's head to see what they were thinking. Even inside the mind of a killer, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what was the detectives and all the people that when they try to bring those kind of people to justice, they try to feel like they want to try to think how to get inside the mind of the killer. What was the killer thinking when he did a certain thing? Or if you're, Albert Einstein or somebody very important or very smart, most people want to know what this person was thinking about when they said this or when they done this. So Inside the Mind of D Nice was a book I started writing years ago, and it kind of go along with what we're doing right now. So a lot of times when you have a dream or a vision, it might take years and years and years before that thing actually finally comes to the forefront. So Inside the Mind of D Nice was a book I wrote with a lot of my thoughts, and I did it in like writing of some jokes, because most people who know me know that I'm like really quick on my feet when it comes down to jokes and things like that, and being able to make comebacks. And I was writing some jokes, writing some comedy. It was all clean, and these are some things that actually go on inside my mind. And I called it Inside the Mind of D Nice because it wouldn't be something that you probably would know about me or know that I thought about on the forefront. And so fast forward to now, Inside the Den is just an inside thought process of how I think on a day to day, which brings me to my first thing, it, just some morning thoughts. Uh, Last night, you know what I'm saying, there was a mass text go out or a mass message go out about being a gas shortage, and everybody needs to fuel up and get all the gas you can get because they don't know between now and the end of the week when the gas is going to be back right, because for some apparent reason someone has hacked the the system, the pipelines that we receive our gas from, and don't know how you feel about that, but how I didn't know that a gas line or pipeline could be hacked. Don't know. I really don't know where all this is coming from with the gas being the way it is. And I had a message that some gas prices was going to be as much as $12 a gallon, uh, price gouging just to try to get what they can get out of the gas. So I really don't know what all this is coming from. But I'm a kind of a conspiracy theorist. For the most part, some things that I have my own thought process on why I think certain things are the way they are. My thought process is because um, Biden, President Biden, has has promised to bring home the troops from Afghanistan. And that might have something to do with uh, the gas prices and gas being hiked, being being tampered or compromised. I don't know. Just kind of what I think. Anytime you're dealing with war in another country and the gas prices go up, it's because the price of oil is up. So the gas goes up. So that's kind of been on my mind this morning about why are we seeing this this hack, and was it a true hack? But we'll find out at the end of the week if everything is back on the up and up. Don't know. That was a thought on my mind this morning. Second thing that's on my mind is a dream that I had a couple of days ago. And it's not like a Martin Luther King dream. It was more of a theatric. It was more of a. And let me explain something. I have always been a dreamer all my life. I remember having dreams so real and so intense that I woke up in sweats and things like that. I'm gonna tell you one dream that I had when I was younger, and I'm gonna tell you the one I want to talk to you about now. So I remember when I was in high school. A lot of people are scared of snakes for whatever reason. But anyway, that's not corona, y'all. It's just a cough. I know that before corona, you can cough without a problem, get sick and get a cold without a problem. And all of a sudden, anytime somebody sniffle or cough, everybody think that they got corona. Not corona. So I play high school football. Some people know me from my high school years. Some of y'all don't know me at all. But I play high school football. And I remember when I was in high school, oh my God, I used to have these crazy dreams. But this one particular dream is just going to kind of give you the power of, just having a dream. I was laying in the bed and the dream was so real. I didn't really know when the dream ended and when reality set in. It was almost like it was a dream within a dream. So I was dreaming, I was laying in the bed, and for some crazy reason, a snake had crawled under the covers. And, not wanting to get bit. I know snakes can sense your body heat and things like that. So I tried to lay very, very still so that, the snake can crawl over me and go about his business, not wanting to get bit by this snake. So I remember laying in the bed for felt like 3 hours. But the problem is I eventually woke up from the dream and I saw the covers like a certain way. And I literally thought that the snake was under my covers, right? So I'm laying in the bed stiff, paralyzed to the point where I can't even call for my mama. And that's funny because you look at me now and you think, he calling for his mama. I couldn't call for my mama because I felt like my voice and the vibration from my voice would trigger the snake and cause him to bite me. So I stayed in the bed and I laid there stiff as a board for about 3 hours, sweating bullets. I'm talking about petrified, scared to move. And it was then, after convincing myself that I need to make a move, because if I stay in this bed all day, it's going to be crazy. Eventually, my mom was going to walk in and startle the snake or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I had to make a plan. So I was in my bed planning on how I was going to move from this snake. And eventually I did, only to realize how stupid I was, that it wasn't a snake at all. It was my imagination. But some part of my dream was so real till I actually thought that it was a real snake under my covers, but it wasn't. So anyway, it was then that I realized how powerful the mind is. Uh, the mind is so powerful that if you think something, your body will react to what your brain telling it was. So my brain, you know that when you sleep, you're 2/3 dead, right? So my brain was telling my body that it was a snake and that I needed to be still, was not able to move, speak, or anything for about 3 hours. Woke up sweating the whole 9 yards. Didn't know where the dreams ended and real life began. So I was just paralyzed in that dream. Um, and that was like one of the, like I said, it's since I was in high school, and I can still remember that dream. So it was very significant. Um, so fast forward today, a couple of days ago, I've often said times that I don't have dreams, I have motion pictures. My dreams could be movies. And one day I'm going to be working on a book to put all my dreams in the form of a book with short stories. I'm speaking it out today so you can hear me and you know what I'm, what my plans is, so that when it comes to pass, you know that he said he was going to do this. So I'm going to be writing a book in the future, with a bunch of my dreams, the ones that I can remember, turn them into short stories. But I'm going to be adding and making it more of an actual story. So working on that. So had this dream that I was in a high-rise building, and you can see out of the building into this bridge. Now, this bridge was notorious for fatalities. People on this bridge, truckers, regular, cars will go on this bridge, and there's some part of the bridge that, had a flaw and would cause the cars to fishtail, or cause the cars to sway. And, if you're an inexperienced driver, it would cause you to have an accident. And so these people had this lawsuit out for this bridge, and most people was getting 20 million plus lawsuit for this bridge because the people of the city, or whatever, how they do all that litigation and stuff, they refused to fix the bridge. They refused to address the situation. People losing their lives. So it was up to these people, the city, the citizens of the city decided to start signing petitions to file lawsuits to have this bridge, fixed. And they needed so many signatures in order for it to go through. So I remember sitting at the high rise, and it's like I say, dreams are so crazy. It was a science fiction type dream. So I'm sitting on top of this high-rise building, looking out over the city, looking at that bridge, looking at all the traffic coming and going. And you can probably count 6-7 potential accidents on this bridge as you're looking at it, because it's just one of those things. Don't know why people chose to take that bridge route, even though there was a high fatality rate. People still chose to take this bridge, but I don't know for a reason, but I don't know. So some kind of way I became part of this litigation claim. I'm at the top of this high-rise building. It's like a restaurant / bar / whatever, but it's like over the city. So it had to be about 20-30 stories high. And you can look out over the city, and it's like a 360, something like something in some type of science fiction movie or something, where you can be in a 365 degrees of glass all the way around. You can see out all the way around it. See the ocean, you can see the city, you see everything. So I'm up there having a meeting with these businessmen, and my brother is part of this meeting. My Tim Evans, we know him, nickname is Timmy Turtle. Some of his people know him as T Weezy. T-Dub or whatever they call him. I know him as Tim. So my brother Tim was part of this meeting. And this is where the dream gets real crazy. I'm sitting in a meeting with them, but my body is functioning in the world. So I guess I was my subconscious part of my body. I'm subconscious. So I can't live without my actual body. And so it was like there was two of me. One sitting in the meeting and one was out there living life or doing his thing. So I'm the representative. I'm trying to negotiate this deal on behalf of myself so that we can get this deal done. So they're offering me I signed the petition. As long as, so it's like if you're going up the bridge, you don't qualify. You got to be coming off the bridge in order to qualify. On top of the bridge, no. Down the bridge, yes. On either side, because I guess the flaw was on the down part. But if you was on top, I don't know. It was just weird. But the deal was negotiated, and I had to make a decision to sign this petition and potentially be part of. They was going to, I guess, send somebody through to bump my car while I'm on this bridge. And the bump was supposed to cause some type of fender bender, and then boom, that qualifies me for this 20 million. So I'm sitting with these people and I'm like, really don't know if I'm comfortable with y'all speaking this on me like this. So I wasn't really, always sold on it. So I had some type of watch on, and the watch notifies me whenever my person or my body is in the area. Like I said, I don't know what type of situation it was, if I was the subconscious part or if I was a clone or something. But bottom line of it is I couldn't function without the actual body. I'm making the deal for us, but I'm negotiating the deal, but he's actually out there living. So I'm sitting here eating, we at the restaurant and everything, making a deal. So I get a notification that that my body is in the area. And so I look out the window and I see my Hummer. And I'm able to see me driving my Hummer up this bridge. And so now I'm paying attention to how I'm moving and how I'm interacting in this Hummer. And so I'm driving up, and on the oncoming part, I'm seeing these trucks come up and they losing control, and they barely, like fishtailing, barely making it. They're coming onto the oncoming side, and the last minute they get turned back on their side. But cars are steady coming up. Like I say, I don't know why people chose to take that bridge, but they did. So as I'm driving up this bridge, I see two potential cars like almost hit me. And so I'm looking at the gentleman like, look, are y'all trying to set this up right now? Because I'm seeing my truck and I'm seeing me on the inside, and this is happening right before my face. You know what I'm saying? And the man was like, nah, you ain't even signed the paperwork yet. So you ain't even done nothing. So we ain't finna do nothing until, So that was two. On the third time, a truck was coming, an 18-wheeler was coming, was in my lane, and as it barely like got back over, it might have been the tail end of the truck, like bumped and nicked the Hummer, just enough force to send the Hummer into a spin. So I'm watching, I'm like, oh man, I know. I'm looking at myself like, D got this. You know what I'm saying? D gonna spin out of this. And then once he spin, he's gonna be able to accelerate, and he's gonna be able to get back on track and keep going. This is what I'm trying to play, call the plays out in my head, to my saying out loud, but telling the gentleman, oh yeah, D got this. And it's almost like you're rooting for your football team. Like, come on, D, come on, D. So gets twisted into a spin, and I'm like, oh, come on, D, you know what to do. You know what to do. Take your, and I'm telling them what to do. Boom, take your hand, move it around, hit the brakes, and because you get some type, when you in law enforcement, you get this training on how to maneuver your car, fishtail and things. So I done had some training on how to get out of these kind of situations. So I'm saying, come on, D, boom, shift, do this, do that, boom. And I'm watching myself in the car do it. So it's like I was on autopilot. Like I say, I'm sitting here watching myself. I was a subconscious. This is a crazy dream, right? So about halfway through the spin, is more cars just steady coming. And I don't know if they just coming at a speed where they can't stop in time, but I'm thinking like, man, if he don't come out of this too, soon enough, then he might get hit by another car, oncoming car. So the news is on that this is happening so fast. The news is on, and they're talking about that bridge. So I'm looking down there at the actual bridge, and I'm looking at the TV, and I can see in real time. I can see what's going on the news. They're talking about the litigation. They're talking about the citizens signing a petition to get this done, and they're going through their whole story. And I'm in halfway through this first spin. As the spin is complete, before D can accelerate and come out of there, he gets smashed by another car oncoming. Bam. That Hummer flips on his side. And I look at these gentlemen and my heart drops. And I'm like, what in the world? So as I'm watching my Hummer get flipped on his side by that oncoming car, the news says this just in. There was a massive accident just moments ago. So I don't even know what time zone I was in, what timeline. I don't know what dimension I was in, but I'm watching it in live time. It was my eyes. It's on the TV saying moments ago. And as it's going through, there was just a massive accident moments ago. That ended in a few fatalities, is what the woman said on the news. And one of the fatalities is as she started speaking, I'm still at the window, like coaching my guy, come on, D, come on, D, come on, D. But the Hummer is on his side. And they say one of the fatalities is Daniel Evans. You all know him as Daniel Lyons and Evans, entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. So they actually read my thing on the screen. And I'm looking at the gentleman like, so this is it for me. Like, it's over with. Like, this is never going to happen. I can't get to my body. I can't do nothing without him. So what did this leave us? And then all of a sudden they started like packing up their bags. It was like, sorry. And it was like, what? What you mean sorry? And And I really shouldn't even probably be telling y'all this dream, but it was just something that struck a nerve in me because I'm like, man, this is crazy. Because I'm like watching myself have this accident on this bridge. They talking about making a deal, can't make the deal now because so. After that, I started crying, you know what I mean? And my brother was crying, like, man, this is messed up. What am I a part of? You know, like literally spoke this thing up. And I remember waking up and I was like so glad that it was just a dream. So glad that this was not happening for real, but it felt like in the moment that it was a real thing. Don't know where that technology would be able to come from, but I definitely want to put that into a movie um, because that was like a real thing. So don't know what that has to do with anything. So I've been kind of paying extra attention to what's going on in the world, and then boom, a couple of days later, this this shortage of the gas or whatever. It's crazy. Um, but I believe in the power of life and death. I believe that whatever you speak out your mouth, you have the power to make it happen. And I believe that because um, we was created in the likeness and image of God. And whenever God spoke things into existence, it happened. So if he gave us the same, if he created us in his likeness and his image, then we have the power to do the same. Uh, Speaking things into existence um, lets you know that you have the power to change your situation, whatever it is, whether good or bad, whether you're rich or whether you're poor. You have the power to change your situation by opening up your mouth, and you have the power to change your circumstances by changing your perspective on life. Now, for an example, if I had this cup and I started drinking water out of this cup, and I drank about a quarter out of this cup, everybody heard the saying, is it half empty or half full? I was talking to one of my guys last week, and I had some water in a cup, and I said, is this cup half empty or half full? And my guy said, it's half full. Okay. I looked at it and I said, it's half empty. Both of us was right because half empty is half full. I'm going to leave you with this. I've been on by 28 minutes and I want to bore you all. My guy that said it was half full was correct because that was from his perspective. I said it was half empty because it's also correct because that's from my perspective. So here's the thing. It was half full for him because he'd been washing cars all day and he was thirsty and wanted something to drink. So it was half full. He needed something to drink. It was half empty for me because I had already drunk a couple of bottles of water already. And that was like my third or fourth one. And I had already drunk half the bottle. So it was half empty. Get my point? Same cup, same amount of water. But to one person who's thirsty, it's half full. The other person who's been drinking all day is half empty. Both of us was right. It's just our perspective. He was looking for something more. So he looked at the opportunity as being greater. I was looking for something less. So the opportunity was a little bit less. Because I had already experienced it as being full. I'm the one that filled it. So if I filled it, I drunk half of it, it was half empty. Heat coming out from the hot sun, watching holiday, thirsty. It was half full to him. So I said it to say this. Every situation in your life is an opportunity for you to change your perspective on how you deal with this situation. It's an opportunity for you to experience it if the cup is half full. Because if you're thirsty, you're going to drink, right? If you're hungry, you're going to eat, right? If you're broke, you need money, right? So every situation is an opportunity for you to change your perspective on how you view things in your life. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you're not thirsty, don't drink. If you're not broke, don't work. It's up to you. But you have the power to change your situation. Good or bad, rich or poor, indifferent, you got the power. So when you go through situations in life, instead of asking God, why me? Why now? Why this? Why that? Why? Ask God to try me. Try me. Try me on this, try me on that. Let me have the opportunity to change my perspective, because the things you're going through might not have nothing to do with the devil. It might be God trying you. It might be God bragging on you. It might be God telling the devil that this is who I've created, this is who I built. So don't complain about your situation, because you have the power to change. Anytime a situation comes, you got the power to complain or to change. And you can change things by what comes out of your mouth and by how you see your situation and how you see how you change your perspective. That is the power to change things, to make it to what you want to do. So I said all that. I told you the dream is all because of a mindset. It's a mindset. I'm not in fear of my life of passing on no bridge or nothing like that. I'm not paranoid about things like that, but it's the mentality. If I walk around fearful of, oh, I wonder what this dream meant. Am I going to die today? Am I going to die tomorrow? Then I won't be able to live a fulfilled life. I won't be able to do the things that I need to do. But if I have the power to change my perspective on things, I have the power to decide whether or not I'm going to live. If it is my last day, let's live it to the best of our ability. If it's something that I can change about things, let me get the power to change it by opening up my mouth, by speaking things into existence. And then if I can't change it, then I just can't change it. If it is what it is what it is. So I said all that to say this. Y'all be blessed. Continue to do what you know is right. Continue to put one foot in front of the other. And one of my favorite sayings I've been saying for over a year and a half now is, you see this lion behind me. The thing that's significant about the lion is lions don't lose sleep from the opinions of sheep. That means that what somebody says about you shouldn't change who you are, because you have the power to change your situation and your circumstance. So this your boy Daniel Lyons Evans signing out. I'm glad you all were able to spend this 34 minutes with me, for the ones who did. And we on the clock, baby. We got a few more days left before we actually go live for our first show. And I'm excited about the guests I got coming. And I'm excited about this whole situation. So you all stay tuned, like and subscribe my page. I'm on Facebook, Inside the Den. I'm on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Inside the Den. I'm on Instagram, Inside the Den. And I'm on Twitch, Inside the Den. So you all get on these platforms, support it, support me, show me you love me, like it, subscribe it, and I will definitely be putting out new material. Y'all can comment, let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about, and we can take this thing to the next level, to infinity and beyond. This your boy Daniel Lyons, Evans signing out. We'll see you soon. Have a blessed day.